Daystar Television Network has been caught listing dead people as active board members and officers in official corporate filings. Yes, you heard that right. According to public records obtained by the Roy's report, Daystar and its affiliated companies were still listing Marcus Lamb, who died in November 2021, as a registered agent in filings made in 2024. Not only that, but his parents, who died many years ago, were also listed as board members long after their deaths. Marcus Lamb's father, Jimmy Lamb, passed away in 2010, and his mother, Corinne Lamb, died in 2012. Yet in 2024, both of them were still appearing as active board members in Daystar's corporate documents. This means they were listed as leaders of the organization more than 10 years after they had already passed away. This is not just a small mistake or a simple oversight. This raises serious questions about transparency, accountability, and whether Daystar has been filing false or misleading documents with the state of Texas. When an organization lists dead people as active officers and board members, it either shows gross incompetence or something much more serious. In either case, it damages public trust and raises red flags about how the ministry is being run behind the scenes. In this video, we're going to break down exactly what was found in these corporate filings, why it matters, and what it reveals about the current state of leadership at Daystar. If you've been following the ongoing issues at Daystar, this latest revelation should deeply concern you, because this is not happening in isolation. It fits into a much larger pattern of problems that have been growing for years. Let's get into it. In 2024, a company connected to Daystar called WPXS Inc. filed a public information report with the Texas Secretary of State. In that filing, Marcus Lamb was listed as the registered agent. Marcus Lamb passed away on November 30th, 2021 after being hospitalized with COVID-19. Yet more than 2 years after his death, he was still being listed as an active officer in Daystar's corporate paperwork. Even more shocking, Marcus Lamb's parents were also listed as board members in the same filings. His father died in 2010 and his mother died in 2012. That means they were still appearing as active board members more than 10 years after they had passed away. Corporate filings are not just paperwork. They are legal documents that are supposed to accurately reflect who is currently running an organization. When a company continues to list deceased individuals as active board members and officers, it creates a false picture of leadership. This raises several serious questions. Who is actually making the decisions at Daystar right now? Are proper board meetings being held? Are new board members being properly appointed according to the law? Or is Daystar simply failing to update its records while continuing to operate as if nothing has changed? These are not small issues. They go to the heart of how an organization is being governed. Some people might think that listing dead people on corporate filings is not a big deal. They might say it's just paperwork and doesn't affect the actual work of the ministry, but that would be a mistake. First of all, under Texas law, filing a document that you know is materially false can be considered a criminal offense. If it is done with the intent to harm or defraud, it can even be classified as a state jail felony. While we cannot say for certain what Daystar's intentions were, the fact remains that these filings were inaccurate for years. Secondly, these filings matter because they show who is really in control of an organization. When dead people are listed as board members, it raises the question of whether the board is even functioning properly. Are decisions being made according to proper procedures, or is the organization operating without real oversight? Thirdly, this damages public trust. Daystar presents itself as a Christian television network built on faith, integrity, and biblical values. When something as basic as corporate filings is this inaccurate, it makes people question everything else. It makes supporters wonder what else might not be accurate or transparent. When an organization claims to operate under Christian values, the public has a right to expect honesty and integrity, not just in preaching, but also in how they handle their legal and financial responsibilities. Failing to properly update corporate records after the death of key leaders is either extreme carelessness or an attempt to create a false impression of stability. Neither option is acceptable for a ministry that receives support from thousands of people. Over the past few years, Daystar has been dealing with multiple controversies. There have been allegations of cover-ups, family conflicts, lack of accountability, and serious questions about how the ministry is being run after the death of its founder, Marcus Lamb. Instead of dealing with these issues openly and honestly, Daystar leadership has often chosen silence or deflection. They have removed people from leadership without clear explanations. They have been accused of protecting certain individuals while pushing others out. They have faced questions about how decisions decisions are being made and who is really in control. Now we see that even in their legal and corporate documents, they are not maintaining basic accuracy. Listing dead people as active board members and officers is not a small error. It shows a lack of seriousness when it comes to proper governance and transparency. When an organization claims to represent Christian values, people expect more than just good preaching. They expect honesty. They expect accountability. They expect leaders to do things the right way, even when no one is watching. Failing at even this basic level of corporate responsibility damages the reputation of the entire ministry and hurts the people who have supported it for years. When the Roy's report reached out to Daystar for comment on these filings, they did not respond. This has become a pattern. Instead of addressing serious concerns raised by the public and by journalists, Daystar leadership often chooses to stay silent. Silence might feel like a safe strategy in the short term, but in the long run, it only increases suspicion and damages trust. When an organization refuses to explain why dead people are listed as active board members years after their deaths, people are left to draw their own conclusions, and most of those conclusions are not positive. If this was truly just an administrative mistake, it would have been easy for Daystar to admit it, apologize, and correct the records immediately. The fact that they have not done so raises even more questions about what is really going on behind the scenes. Listing dead people on governing boards and in corporate filings is not normal, it is not professional, and it is not acceptable for any organization, especially one that claims to represent Christian values and operates with the support of thousands of people. Daystar has a responsibility to be transparent and accurate in everything they do. This includes how they handle their legal documents and corporate governance. When they fail at even this basic level, it damages their credibility and hurts the people who have trusted them for years. The issues at Daystar did not start yesterday. They have been building for years, from family conflicts to questions about leadership to now these false corporate filings. The pattern is becoming very clear. There is a serious lack of accountability at the highest levels of this ministry. Until Daystar is willing to be fully transparent and make real changes, these problems will continue to damage the ministry and hurt the people connected to it. Jonathan and Susie Lamb were pushed out. Others have faced serious allegations and public attacks. And now we see that even basic corporate records were not being properly maintained. This is not the fruit of healthy leadership. This is the fruit of a system that has avoided real accountability for far too long. What do you think about Daystar listing dead people on their governing board? Do you believe this was just a mistake, or do you think something more serious is going on? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. This conversation is important. If this video opened your eyes, make sure to like and subscribe. We will continue to follow what is happening at Daystar and speak the truth about it, no matter how uncomfortable it gets. Thanks for watching. God bless you.